The biggest lesson I have learned working within the sickle cell community is to be very straightforward, very credible, because credibility might become the biggest currency that can sell you or even give you some relief. So I always tell warriors that I work with that try as much as possible to be coming clean. I prefer you to tell me I am addicted to a certain drug and we work around it together, because admitting the problem is the first solution. And I prefer you telling me I drink, so you drink some alcohol. Yes, of course, since you drink, I would suggest that you adapt these habits, take these medications and stuff. So it helps you to be able to figure out how to be with a partner, because I would always say with relationship, love is not just the center of everything in a relationship. Aside sickle cell, there are trust issues, there are people that battle infidelity, there's anger issues, there is commitment, there are sacrifices to be made as far as relationship is concerned. So it brings the real burning issue of trust in a relationship. Does this person you're in a relationship with trust you? So if this person trusts you, it puts you on a very easy pedestal to be able to deal with the person. Yeah, so having said that, I am back again with another post that we came across, and this post is one of those that buttresses the point we try to make, for warriors and for those that are even going into relationships with warriors. So this person said, please hide my identity. It's a she said, please hide my identity. I've been with my boyfriend for 5 years now. Just this past year, he finally told me he lives with sickle cell. Over the years, there were times he would fall sick. Anytime I asked what was wrong, he would say it was just headache. I never knew it was more than that. When he eventually told me, I was really upset. I broke up with him immediately. Later, he cried and explained that it's not something he finds easy to open up about. Out of emotions, I forgave him. I am AA and truly love this man. We've been through so much together, but I can't shake off the fact that he kept this from me for 5 long years, and now I am confused. Was it fair of him to hide it from me for that long? Am I wrong if I decide to walk away because he didn't tell me from the beginning? Or should I try to understand his fears and move past it? Please be honest with me. The honest truth is that he was not fair to have not told this lady. And because if you love somebody because the person did BBL or whatever, when that BBL is not there, it becomes difficult to want to stay with the person. You love someone for physical attributes, fine nose, fair face, or whatever. We live in a world where anything can happen, right? So if anything changes in this person's life, it means this person does not become attractive to you again, and that's a big issue. So for this person, you now have sickle cell, you have somebody that loves you, and you're scared of losing the person, and you don't tell the person you're living with sickle cell. Why should the person trust you subsequently? Because that sickle cell may be the reason why you push the person away, but the person being with you right from the beginning with sickle cell would be the reason the person is even staying with you. Why? Because the person knows this person lives with sickle cell, but beyond sickle cell, this person also has a life. If he has been, the complaint here is not about whether he has financial issues or he's not a committed person. He probably is kind, he's nice to her and all that. but now she's discovering that he hid the sickle cell from her, which makes some people to even see that the sickle cell is that very big issue that even you could not accept it, talk less of opening up to them about it. So I always don't recommend this kind of situation, because it's you being sincere with the relationship that helps. Okay, within that period, what if the whole sickle cell thing kicked in, and at a point this person needs to learn first aid, she needs to learn the things she should know how to do being around this person, but now you are not opening up to her. What do you expect her to do? So it's a no, and that's the honest answer. He has never cheated on me. He has always respected me and has been my biggest support system. We met in university and supported each other through the hard times. When one of us was down, the other stood in. When I asked him why he didn't tell me earlier, he said he was scared I would leave him. He said this was the first real love he had and he didn't want to lose it. He also said opening up is hard because once you do, the person can leave. She admitted the lie hurt her. She was angry and she had every right to be. But she decided to look at the whole picture, not just that one mistake. She chose to let it go. My advice to warriors is simple. Please be honest from the beginning. And if you didn't open up early, don't get upset when your partner reacts emotionally later. That reaction is not wickedness. It's the result of broken trust. Healing can happen, but it starts with honesty. This conversation is not really about sickle cell. It's about trust. What do you think? I agree. It's about trust, but it's also about sickle cell, because it's just like some people would say, is there romance without finance? You know, that kind of situation. It might be a lot of argument, but in this case, this particular love is not without sickle cell. Family members abandon warriors, when there is a serious issue, and aside that, you see that you have a long list of things to learn, and the whole thing is from the commitment you want to put in the relationship, the sacrifice, the show of love, the kindness, the niceness, because eventually sympathy and empathy are on two parallel lines here. A partner can end up pitying the other because this whole thing is not something they bargained for, so definitely you have to be careful with how you dive into relationships, most especially when there is a chronic illness involved. It's just like you have cancer and you're not telling your partner you have cancer, and some of these things come with some real life commitments that the person needs to bring on board. So the person can realize that I didn't bargain for this, so this is just a lot to handle, and that's not a good thing. And I think there was an update on the story, so it says update on the AA and SS story. I want to give an update because some people thought she was angry because of sickle cell. That is not true at all. She has decided to stay in the relationship. She forgave him and she still loves him. She was not angry because he has sickle cell. She was angry because he did not tell her on time. For 5 years, she didn't know, and anyone in that position has the right to be hurt. This is not about sickle cell being contagious or genotype issues. SS and AA can marry. The real issue here is trust. When you enter a relationship and hide something this important, it can shake trust. Warriors also need to understand this part. When you hide your health issues, or status from someone you're dating, you take away the right to choose with full information. So when the truth finally comes out, your partner may feel shocked, betrayed, or confused, and that reaction is normal. It doesn't mean they hate you or your condition, it means they are hurt by the secrecy. With this update, she's saying that she needs to stay because she loves this person and she really wants to be with them. Sometimes, okay, you now have a situation where this person did not even tell her about the sickle cell and she was already feeling a type of way, because she's referencing how he has been sick and stuff, so what if it gets to a point where this person cannot even walk as much as he used to, and she has to step in, she has to help with medication, she has to feed the family. If she has kids at that time, you're paying school fees, you're also paying medical bills and stuff. Yes, the guy would be frustrated because it's not what he wished for his family, but that is the reality. So it's not an issue of how much you love the person. It's an issue of how much you understand the issue on the ground that you're willing to really make these sacrifices for. And I think somebody posted a comment. And let me see. So this person said, long true story. I'm going to be very honest with you. My daughter's father did that to me, but the kicker is he never told me he had sickle cell at all. To this day, he would always say he didn't want kids. I really would never have thought of it much myself because I wasn't married. But then when I became pregnant, he was so adamant that he didn't want children. I was so devastated, but wanted my baby. I told him earlier on in our relationship that I had sickle cell trait, and he assured me that he didn't have anything. This is meaning he is not a carrier or sickle cell patient. His mother even said he didn't have anything. When I had my daughter, they called me when she was 8 weeks old and told me to come in. That's when I got the news. I was so devastated. And do you know this man still kept denying that he has sickle cell? But hindsight is 20/20. Listen, during our whole 4-year relationship, he would have these painful episodes that he would say he had muscle spasms from tears in spots, and he would sit for hours in the bathtub, and he was a strict vegan. He didn't even eat cheese, and he took all these herbal supplements. Now, me not really knowing much about full sickle cell, I just thought this was a person trying to live as healthy as possible. One day, when my child was 6 months, his mother said, well, back then, there really wasn't testing stuff. But I do kind of remember one of his doctors saying something maybe about some sickle cell or something, but he never was really sick, so we just dismissed it. It was like my whole world crumbled, and to be honest, I've never forgiven them till this day. But one thing about it, I got a beautiful daughter, but she suffers from sickle cell SS, and she is a beautiful 22-year-old princess. But yes, I would be furious with this man, because you are not just messing with me and lying, you could be destroying our future children's lives, and it's a very painful and cruel disease. It's just not right. I'm sorry. I just have very strong feelings about this. This is exactly why I never had any more children, because I could never trust another man about being honest about it, and I really wanted more kids. This is why you have to let your children know it is vital that you let other people know that you have the trait, that you have sickle cell, SC, SS, or whatever you have. You have to give people the option whether they want to deal with that diagnosis or not. It's very deceitful not to. And don't raise your sickle cell child in a secretive fashion where they feel ashamed about having it, because it's nothing to be ashamed of at all. You have to give them the same love, confidence, and nurturing, and make them feel just as powerful as everybody else. You know, they say respect is reciprocal, and whatever you do, you have to respect your partner, you have to respect your children, you have to respect your siblings, your parents, because these are the people that, first of all, are your first constituency. These are the first line of people that you deal with before you even go further. If not because, you know, there is a situation of abandonment or resentment and all that. So just learn to respect people. You can't just, you know, make somebody have a child with sickle cell and expect everything to be fine with the person and you're hiding everything. It doesn't make sense. It's just absolutely nonsense. So we don't encourage that. We encourage that there should be a conversation about it. We encourage that there should be an understanding and plan about it, just like this lady has pointed out to this other person that is saying she experienced the same thing. So it is not fair to hide your sickle cell status. It's just like somebody meets you and hides their HIV status. Would you be happy? And then, you know, it just keeps affecting you later, psychologically and otherwise. So just try as much as possible to know that as a warrior, your lifestyle is the first advocacy to sickle cell enlightenment, and keeping it away from people just doesn't make the sickle cell go away. In fact, it might even harm you the more. So learn to be a good ambassador of sickle cell by sharing the information to save other people, enlighten other people, teach other people, help other people understand management, and also use yourself as an example to show people that beyond sickle cell there is a life. Yes, you wish things were different, but there is also a life. My name has been Alpha. Until next week, I will come with another episode of Standing Tall. Until then, see you on the next one.